All right, looks like we are on and live. I'm a little late this morning, or excuse me, this evening. Let's see. Okay, so a lot of you have already been in here. Looks like we are on. Okay. And so, all right, so here we are. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for being in here early. Subscription Squad guys are already in here. I know I was interacting with y'all, but y'all have been getting after it here since like 7:30. Pikachu Plaza with the first comment in here tonight. And we have Fufu Killer was in here. Nay Wade has been in here. Fufu Killer was our winner of our backplate last week, and he just got that in. All right, so and then we've got Jacob in here. Also, Caleb's in here. Wyatt. And then Kevin De Silva, Anthony. It's going great. Yeah, it's going good. 8 viewers in here already. Thank you guys so much for making this an awesome live stream to start out. Okay, so here's kind of the deal tonight. We're going to be talking how to get recruited by college football coaches. And so that's kind of the focus tonight. Make sure to leave a like on this video. And we are going to there we go. We got 7 likes already. So I mean that's what we like. So make sure to like this video. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I don't know why you wouldn't be at this point. If you're one of these 9 or 10 guys watching right now, but make sure you are subscribed. And so, what we're talking about tonight is we're talking about how to get recruited by college football coaches. I've kind of made like a top 10 things to kind of do, and I'll kind of share that with you guys as we go along here tonight. There is a giveaway tonight. If you go down in the description box below, all right, you'll find a couple links. Okay, the first one is to enter the giveaway. And the giveaway tonight is on a Shock Doctor Max Airflow Lip Guard. It's a clear, transparent clear mouth guard. So excited to give that away tonight. And then we will also have and I also have, in the second thing you'll see is our live stream giveaway rules video. It will take you to a spot in one of my videos where I talk about giveaway rules, just so you're informed on all the giveaway rules and kind of how this works. You do have to be present to win. You cannot cause a scene in here. You can't be swearing or anything or using any foul language. We take all of that down, and we will block you from the channel immediately. Okay, and you will no longer be eligible to come back. And then we also have a hudl highlight submission form. If you want to submit your highlights to that, nobody did it last week. We're gonna keep it in there again. We'll see what we get from that. Okay, and so that covers everything. And my Instagram is in the description box below if you guys aren't following that as well. I don't post too often on Instagram at all. It's more of a way just to give you guys the outlet to communicate with me if you want, and for how all this goes. Okay, so I uploaded a video here, I guess, about an hour or two ago. Hopefully you guys saw that. I know some of you left some comments on that. Jacob Zimmerman says, do you remember me from last week? I feel like I do. I feel like I remember the name Jacob Zimmerman. I feel like it. And there's Eduardo's in here. Caleb just entered. He says, Elber is in here. He says, great video. Keep up the good work. Thanks. And then Aaron is in here. Hey, Aaron. Yeah, so we got quite a bit in here. There's Lyman HD Productions. Gabriel Martinez is in here. Nice to see all you guys in here. Lyman HD. Feel like we haven't seen some Lyman HD in a while, but he's back. I did finally go watch some of your videos on your channel. Or I think I'm subscribed. I don't know if I'm subscribed to Lyman HD Productions though. I'll have to check that out. You'll have to let me know what's going on with that. 13 viewers thus far. Oh, you changed your name. Okay, I see. Pikachu Plaza's in here as well. Nay Wade, Mr. Football. I'm short, but I'm 13, about to go to high school. Is being short affect my chance? No, not really. It doesn't truly affect you at all. I mean, there are a lot of short guys out there that can play football. It's not a definitive thing since it changes. Kevin says gained over 100 subscribers since the last stream I joined. Yeah, we are kind of. Last week truly wasn't the 5,000. I mean, it was our 5,000 giveaway special, I guess you'd say, but it wasn't our. We had. I'd say we've gained, since getting over 5,000, we've gained. I mean, y'all can think back to the live stream we had when we went over 5,000, but we've gained 100 cents. So I think that's showing just how well this channel is growing, and there's more to come. I mean, there's more. There's more with this. We're excited to, keep going. And I've got some exciting things coming out for you. I know I always say that, but there's always something new coming, and I'm just excited to tell you all about a couple of new things we got coming. All right, so today we the focus of the main live stream will be the how to get recruited by college football coaches. We'll do that, but we also talked about mouth guards. We're also going to be talking mouth guards. So I left about 3 questions for you guys, and we kind of made this. I was just kind of curious. I may have mentioned some of these before, but I know I always get new people in here on these videos, so I kind of want to get some of your, I guess, what you really enjoy in mouth guards. I know we've done this. We're going to talk about gloves tonight, but I decided to talk about mouth guards just because that's kind of where I'm putting some focus in. And there will be a video coming out on 2 different types of mouth guards, specifically the lip guard mouth guards. We'll talk about 2. The main brands that you see, we'll have our Shock Doctor and Battle, and we'll kind of battle it out per se. And we will kind of not necessarily determine which one I like better, but to kind of give you both options. As it comes. So that's kind of how it is. Let's see. KJ and Matt says, I'm back this week. Great to be here at this live stream. Great to have you in here. Eduardo says, are you thinking of starting to vlog? No, probably. Man, it's been a while since we vlogged, but I don't think we're really on to vlogging right now. There's not really much to vlog about. That's the honest truth. There's not a whole lot going on. What did you put on the wall behind you? Yeah, free time is shot right now. Start Monday. This next week, y'all will be lucky to have a live stream next Saturday. I'm gonna be honest. I may be wiped out by Saturday, but we'll see, because there's gonna be. Let's see. How many baseball games is there this week? Oh, boy. If I don't count JV games, there will be 4 tournament games. Those include tournament games. I'm basically a lot. Talk about your daily life. I don't, my daily life is, it's very, the daily life would be very boring because it'd be the same thing every day. Wake up, go to work, go home, go to sleep. That's it. There ain't too many times me and Amber could have vlogged this past Thursday. We went off and we were hanging out. She went to the doctor, but going to the doctor, we went to the doctor, big deal. It's fun to vlog. We just haven't done it in a while. We tried to do a whole lot of vlogging, and the most time and this is a true trend on my channel. It's been happening for 2 years, ever since me and Amber been a thing. We always do most of our vlogging during Christmas time.
During football season, which is weird.
I'm talking about vlogging.
Yeah.
I didn't vlog any during football season. All I did was live stream.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Think about like all those videos we did. We did the conversations, right?
Yeah, I think it was during Christmas.
Yeah, it was like during Thanksgiving.
Out of school.
Yeah.
Vlog in public.
Yeah, we vlogged in public.
You should show. You've got a vlog.
Oh yeah. I mean, there should be a vlog playlist of plenty of stuff. They're just mixed in. I mean, I can go back here and look at a lot of things we've done. Like, I mean, let me find like, okay, I recently have okay, we have the snow vlog. That was the last one. Snow vlog.
I have an entire video on the camera I never uploaded that we vlogged.
Yeah. Mr. Football Vlog, not finishing vlogs. You know? That's literally and that got 7 likes, 7 comments, 1 dislike, 66 views. It's monetized, you know? And then I did like first vlog of 2018, last vlog of 2017. So those were a couple vlogs. So I mean, I've done 3 thus far. I mean, I feel like I'm not a person to do one every day. It's just too much. It's all timing. All these videos is time. I had the Christmas vlog. There were so many we did. So I've done them. Do you have to get noticed? Do you have to go to a high school to get recruited? Not necessarily. There are special cases out there where colleges will go after. It depends on what you mean by not going to a high school.
No. You said notice, like as in like a popular high school.
Do you have to go to a noticed? What?
Like a school that maybe recruiters.
Possibly. That does factor in. That does factor in at times, especially if it's a school that's put out a lot of college players. That sometimes does have an effect, but it doesn't always mean that that's the same thing. So mainly with the focus of how to get recruited by college coaches. So what we're going to do is we've got 12 or so people watching right now, and you're welcome to kind of give yourself a shout out on here and say if you're watching right now, so we kind of get an idea how many people are actually watching. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to go through my talk on how to get recruited by college football coaches, go through about 10 things here, and then we will do the giveaway afterwards. All right. And I may talk quite a bit through some of these. Some of them are easier to explain than others. And Amber, you're welcome to chime in at any time you feel like you have something to say, or if you answer any questions throughout while I'm going. So yeah, there's plenty of people. Definitely keep the chats going. All right. So here's the kind of the thing I want to get started. And I'm going to go ahead and take off on this, but and I'm going to answer KJ's question right here. If I'm in a small school in a small place, do you think recruiters will see that person? Well, I think it really boils down to you marketing yourself. And what I'm going to eventually say is this boils down to marketing yourself. It's not really about your high school. If your high school is a great high school and it pushes out a lot of college-bound kids, then that's great. But ultimately, you're building a resume to a college with what you have done in high school. Okay, and that's kind of the key thing with going to the next step. Okay, obviously we talk about college football because it's a big topic. I know there's guys that have wanted to hear me talk about this before, so I feel like this is going to be just a good general video that I'm doing here for my channel with talking about this. But remember, we're going to be giving away a Shock Doctor Max Airflow lip guard. This is the first time we've given away anything Shock Doctor, I believe. Maybe I may be wrong. We've done so many giveaways, but this is the first time we've given away a mouth guard like this. We may have given away some of the standard ones, but we've not given away a lip guard one yet. Actually, kind of got inspired. I got this from I Know Football. He sent this one over. I won it on his eBay. And then this one I was just kind of excited about to get and try this one out for you. It's an adult clear mouth guard. But what we're going to talk, and Lyman HD, I did see your question on here about the mouth guard. I guess or you won off the, I think it was a white one you won, or so that's good. And maybe you'll win another one, and whoever is going to get this tonight is going to have one for next season. All right, you don't even have to go buy it. I'm kind of curious to see some of your guys' entry forms. Make sure if you've not entered the live stream, you've got to enter there's a link down below in the description box. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with my talk today so I can get this over with. But this is how to get recruited by college football coaches, okay? And I will share I'm going to pull it up here on the screen here in a second while I talk about this. But we're going to be talking football in general going to college. And we're going to talk through it kind of the NCAA way of how to go about it, okay? And we're not only going to be talking about we're going to talk about eligibility. We're going to talk about kind of what you should be doing right now. And then we will go kind of a little further, dive into each. We can even dive farther into this. We can talk about, each division. You've got your Division I, Division II, and Division III. And they all have different rules. They all have different things. So we can talk about each one of those. And so we'll specifically, I've really just got some tips for this. So what I'm going to do, let me get this shared up, and then I'll kind of go through it so you can see this as I'm showing it here. It's Tanner's in here. Okay. And then let me just make sure okay. So I won't be able to see your comments for a while. I'll try to pop back in every now and then and talk through them. If you guys have any specific questions, we will try to answer all of them. Okay, so here we are. So this is my tips to be recruited by college football coaches. And so, and what I've done is I've created kind of these key points to talk about. And we'll kind of talk through each one of these. But number one, I said, I think the first thing that you've got to do is to communicate to your to your high school coach. You've got to communicate to him and your other coaches that you are interested in going to the next level. I've heard of way too many kids that, say something way too late and there's nothing you can do. I mean, I go back to my second year of coaching. We had a team loaded with, I say loaded, we weren't very good, but we had a couple kids that could at least have walked on to places. And it was, we were starting to kind of push them out the door and say, all right, y'all got to go. You can't really hang around here if you're not going to be playing at the next level. And then all of a sudden they were like, yeah, we want to play at the next level. And we were like, it's too late. We can't, it's too late to send out film. It's too late to send out, colleges are already signing kids. And sometimes at some point they've already taken as many walk-ons as they'll take. So, that's one of those deals. You gotta, and I've done it from both standpoints of, the recruiting side and the, the walking on side of it. And there's no Like you can do it anyway. But you've got to talk with your high school head coach. He's got to know that you have an interest, because what happens is, and I've seen this happen. All right. Colleges will come to your high school. Like, they'll send a coach out, and they usually ask the head coach and other coaches questions like, do you guys have any kids that would be interested in playing at the next level? And, and coaches will give their very honest opinion. We've taken calls from other coaches. We'll get called up sometimes, and it'll be a college here in state, and they'll say, hey, you got anybody we need to look at? And we were honest with them this year. We said, we might have one, but we weren't really sure. So, if you don't communicate to your coaches, you can't start this path. Okay. You can't start this communication, because once you start it and say that you're interested, and then, and the coach has that in the back of his mind that you're interested, then when that call or that meetup happens, then they can start to talk, and then it involves you. Okay. So you got to talk with you got to start it. Okay. Nobody's going to start it for you. Okay. Nobody's going to be out there watching your games. Okay. You've got to start the process yourself if you want it. Okay. I say number 2. Okay. Number 2 is you've got to get with your college counselor and make sure you're taking the right classes to be NCAA eligible. Okay. The NCAA has some funky rules on eligibility. Okay. And it kind of boils down to some of the classes that you're taking right now. Specifically, if you're younger than the 9th grade, you shouldn't be thinking about this at all. But ultimately, I think I got to make sure on some of the eligibility rules on some of these. I can look up kind of each one. But there's a lot of stuff the NCAA looks at. All right. And so one thing you've got to do is just to make sure your college counselors are putting you in the right classes to get you NCAA eligible. Now, my next third point is you have to go through the NCAA clearinghouse. Okay. NCAA clearinghouse. If you're looking at, and this goes for anybody that would participate in NCAA athletics. Okay. Everybody's got to do it, whether you participate in track, basketball, football, swimming, whatever sports they offer that are NCAA regulated. You have to go through the clearinghouse, and this goes along with making sure you're eligible. And this goes back to number 2 with making sure you're all in the right classes. And so the clearinghouse is just a way for them to make sure you're eligible. You do have to pay. I think when I paid for it way back in the day, you had to pay like $60 for them to start the process. Let's see. I'm pulling up the eligibility right now. Okay. So I'm gonna share this with you. And this goes for Division I and Division II schools. Well, I don't know about the Division III. I never really looked at Division III too much. I'm struggling to share this with you guys. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this is what you can kind of find on their website. This is for the eligibility center. So for Division I, and this just kind of shows the classes you have to take. If you don't take these classes, you don't meet the requirements, you wouldn't be eligible to play. And what it means by you wouldn't be eligible to play, like you could be on the team, but you might not be able to ever get on the game. Okay, so you essentially be a practice player. Okay, but these are just like basic requirements. Like everybody's got to have 4 years of English, your physical science classes, you got 2 years worth of that. Math, you've got to have Algebra 1 or higher for 3 years, 2 years for social science, additional math or other sciences that mix in there, and then other stuff like foreign language, social science, which is kind of your social sciences. Those fall under like histories, Psychology.
Politics. Government.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure on that. And then also, if you see Division II, they've got, just basic, they kind of change. You can look at those just to make sure. And then your grade point average within the NCAA approved core courses. As you can see, in the Division I, you have to have a 2.3 GPA. Division II requires a minimum of a 2.2, okay, just to be eligible, okay. And so this just kind of gives kind of the plan. It gives you a high school timeline. I think this is a good thing to look through. It says 9th grade, start planning, take right courses, all that. 10th grade, you want to register with the eligibility center, and I think this can really vary. I did this out of order because I didn't actually get NCAA eligible till my 12th grade year when I realized I was going to play. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. But obviously, and they're just kind of giving you kind of some different things to look at. But that's kind of just a good resource to look at as far as kind of seeing what is actually required. Okay, so that's the NCAA clearinghouse. Okay, a lot of stuff up front we had to talk about there, just with like being eligible academic wise. Academics is a huge deal. If you're not academically eligible, you might as well just call it out. You just might as well not do it. Okay, it's a big deal. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna check on some of your questions here. Okay, so somebody thought we were giving away a helmet. Yeah, I don't know where we're. We weren't doing that. And then we'll talk. Let's see. Yeah, helmets are too much of a. Yeah, we just don't give away helmets. Like, to me, that's. I think it's too much. Oh, we're going to boot this guy. I don't even think that's a real channel. Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Remove. Here we go. Oh, boy. Well, the kind of stuff we deal with on here. Okay, back to the talk, okay? I can tell I've lost some people, so that's good. We'll end up probably giving this thing away, but we're still talking about, we're on number 4 now, okay? Number 4. All right, so on number 4, I kind of made this one up. I thought this one was kind of neat, all right? And I wasn't really going off of anything, so I mean, I kind of just went off of what I know and kind of some good things that I've seen before. Number 4, I said, make an athlete social media page. And I said, make it about you and your athletics and nothing else, okay? And so what I mean by that is to make a personalized Twitter or Instagram that is just about you and your athletics, okay? No matter what it is. And you may already have this right now. But it needs to be somewhat professional. It doesn't need to have like any kind of goofy handle on it. Something, nothing that would like raise any alarms for, any college coaches, but it needs to, basically have your name on it, your full name, not your full name, but, just what you go by. And you could use Twitter or Instagram as kind of your, two that you could use because I feel like Twitter, a lot of college coaches will use Twitter, to reach out, and you can follow coaches on there and you can interact with them. So it's a good thing to have kind of like just like your social media page where you just kind of post about your, things that you did where, if you have a good game, maybe on your Instagram, you share like a picture from the game and, you talk about, something, but make it about you and your athletics. You can share those little highlight things on there. Some of you guys have shared that stuff with me. Excuse me. And that's great. Okay. But what I want you to stay away from is, putting like, if you're going to post like inappropriate things, and what I mean by inappropriate, it could be anything anymore that could get you in trouble. So, if you're going to use social media and you're going to be looking to get recruited by college coaches or even just to go, they're going to want to get to know you. So make sure that you make some kind of like social media page that reflects you. And I wouldn't go, and if you've already had stuff out there in the past, I would just make something new. If you've got an Instagram that's got like 10,000 followers on it, or you got 1,000 followers, I just make a new one. Okay. It's not going to truly matter how many followers you have on either thing that's going to get you recruited. Okay. But what coaches are going to look for is if you have like anything that would want them to like stay away from you. Okay. And I can just give you an example. We were looking to hire an assistant coach a few years ago, and we got a resume come through. And so we start to do a little research on this guy, and we realized that this guy had been fired at another school or let go. And then we had found that he posted on like some forums and stuff and was like talking crap about other schools. And we're like, we don't want this guy around. We don't like this guy. And we made that decision just like that, not to even give this guy an interview. Okay. So those are things that, and that's from the coaching side of it, but it works a lot the same way when you're going to hire someone essentially to play on your football team. And so specifically colleges, because college coaches have their jobs on the line. Like, it is a cutthroat business. If college coaches don't produce on the field, they will not be employed. So they go out and try to find the very best that is going to reflect them. And so, if you don't fit their criteria, you're not going to be in it. Okay. Number 5, I say go to football camps in the summer. I've talked about this one before. I don't really have a whole lot of info on some camps right now, just because it's not really camp season. As it gets closer, kind of around April and May, you'll start to kind of see in June. June is that time where you get into football camps. Okay. And they happen at all different times, but the ones that you want to stick to is go find a college that you would enjoy going to. And I'm not saying go to like the biggest college that's out there in your state. Okay. If you say you live in Georgia and you want to go to the University of Georgia. Okay. Well, if you've not been even looked at by any Division I school, you probably shouldn't go to Georgia. You might have better success going to like, I'm trying to think of a small school in Georgia.
Is Georgia Tech?
No, well, Georgia Tech's a Division I, but like Valdosta State. Valdosta State is a very good Division II school, but that might be where you want to start. If Valdosta State had a football camp, you might want to go to Valdosta State's camp. Okay, that's a Division II school, very good Division II school. We actually played against them, I guess my first year, and they were good, and they've won many not state titles, but many national championships through the early 2000s. But that was just an example. I wouldn't go to the biggest thing unless you really think you're going to get recruited by them. But go to like something small, and then if that works out and you start to get, you start to catch a fire, and you can start to get to some of the bigger schools, then yeah, maybe next year you go to the next big one and try to get yourself noticed. Okay. But going to those camps kind of gets you involved, and it's not really so much of a, all it is going to be, and colleges will do different things. Some of them will do like pro day kind of things. Some will put you through drills. Some will put you in their offense and kind of see how you work with other kids, team camps. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with it. But mostly it's for you to get noticed. So it's one of those things. If you kind of show out there and you can do well, and the coaches see that, they might want you. Okay. And number 6, I say train hard. To get to the next level, you've got to train unbelievably hard to get to the next level. And I think this is more of just a general thing, just to be about, your work ethic. You've got to have the work ethic to go to the next step. It's not just going to be something that's handed to you that, you just, kind of get by with. You gotta work your butt off to get to the next step. Okay. And that's in everything you do. Okay. Whether it's just, going to college itself, you got to work hard at least to get to the college. But to even go to do something else is just it's hard. Okay. It is hard. Okay. It will take your time away from you. If you enjoy your free time, you might want to stick not to doing college athletics. If you like your free time now, it will be easily taken away from you. Okay. You might wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and be working out. Okay. Or, you may be practicing football 2 or 3 times a day, and that's just kind of how it goes. Okay. So you've got to be mentally prepared for what they will try to put you through. Okay. It is a job, essentially. Okay. All right. Number 7, we talk about huddle highlights. And before I get too far into this one, I'm going to go back and check some comments here. Okay. So Fresno State. Where is Fresno? Kind of curious. Fresno State, I feel like, are they Division One? They are Division One. Yeah, Fresno's Division One. They'd probably be a smaller Division One. I don't know what conference they play. Let's see. They play in the Mountain West. That would be a smaller. And sometimes people forget about. Sometimes people forget about the Division One AA schools, which is just the football championship series, the FCS schools. Those are also Division One schools as well. A lot of people don't. A lot of people miss those sometimes. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about the number 7. I'm going to go ahead and show these here on the screen. Okay, I say to your huddle highlight tape, I say it doesn't need to really show like your best plays, biggest hits, all these stats or whatever. Like, stats are good, but it really needs to show why you are a great prospect. Okay, why do you want to go to college? Like, are you got to have good technique, good forms, good, basically be a good football player just in that. But, you got to think of it as it's a part of your college resume. If you were applying for a job or applying for a college, you kind of have like a resume you go off of. Okay. And your resume usually to just enter a college is usually your high school transcript and some of your ACT, SAT scores. That's kind of like your building resume. But your highlight tapes, there was such a huge push many years ago, for people to like get their highlights made and look all fancy and have music tagged along with them and all this other stuff. It's not truly a big deal anymore. Okay. Colleges can access anything they need to. There's no more of like college or, high school coaches sending in game tapes of like, their athletes. It used to be a thing, but right now it's just not. Like, I can remember, I wanted to make a highlight tape and send it out, but I just never Never did it. Okay. And I've never done that to this day. But I can remember my best friend, he made his highlight tape, and we might pull that up and watch it tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to get. We'll have to do it without the music, because the music would definitely would probably get us flagged on here. But it's not about making like these great highlight tapes and highlight reels on Hudl. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. And what colleges look for, and this is an insider thing, but colleges want to see an entire game. Okay. If they are seriously interested in you, like, yeah, your Hudl highlight might have led them to you, but you know, if they want to look you up, they're going to go to your coach and they're going to say, all right, what was this guy's best game? You know, and he'll share that with them. We always, you know, I believe there's a way we can share directly to colleges. Like, you know, I could send it out to a college and be like, hey, this is so-and-so, and this was his best game. Or you might tag in 2 games. You might say, hey, here's a game he didn't do so well. Here's a game where he did good. And, you know, colleges are going to look at that. Okay. And so depending on what position you play, you know, they can obviously be looking for all kinds of things. And that could be a completely different discussion for another day. But it is a big deal, you know, to just go out basically and perform well in itself. But your Hudl highlight just doesn't have to be like this collection of like big plays and home run touchdowns and big hits and interceptions. Like everybody can have those things. So, and like I said, in number 8 is essentially what I kind of got into. Is, you know, coaches will send games. You know, will want to see the complete games. And then number 9 is be realistic about your college options. I think that's the important thing, is to just kind of be realistic in your mind. And furthermore, put your academics before football. Put your academic major kind of on the front end of where you're wanting to go to school. Like I went to a college because I wanted to be, they had a great teaching program, and I wanted to be a part of the teaching program, but I also did football on the side. So it was kind of a win-win for me. And that's why I chose the school. So I put the academic major as my main focus, but football was something fun on the side. And so you have to be realistic about your college options, because if you go to a college and they don't have anything that you can study there or something that you're interested in, you're wasting your time for football. So make sure that it's something that if you are seriously interested in, make sure that you research that college completely and make sure there's something there that you can do, because college football isn't going to lead you to the NFL. Like, I mean, it's such a low chance it doesn't happen to everybody. Okay. And everybody, and like anybody can go, like I say anybody, like I don't consider myself to be this great player or anything. Like I played high school football, played every year that it was available. I enjoyed the game. And, you know, I was like, I want to go to college and I want to try to play football. And so I did. And like, I feel great that like I had that experience and I played. So it was fun. But when I was sick of it, I was done. When I was like, okay, now I'm going to focus on academics, and that's why I'm here at college. So that's why you do that. You know, you don't just rely on football to get you all the way to like some crazy dream. Okay. So make sure that you use your resource that you have to get you into college. And then from that point on, like if something else is going to be good outside of, you know, football, then that's what you've got to focus on, because mostly like you've got to find the career that's going to, you know, basically make you a living. So, and that's what I've done now. I don't have any regrets about, you know, not playing football every year in college. Like it wasn't a big deal. I mean, it is what it is, but you know, that's how it goes. And finally, number 10, go out and play ball. You know, that's what you got to do. Go play ball. It's important just to go I think that's the one thing that we leave out is you still got to, leave it all out on the field at the end of the day. And so that's what that's what I finish up with. Go play ball. Okay. So Poo Killer says, I want to go to Stony Brook. That's in New York, I believe. D1 school. Huh. Paul Kylop? I don't know how to say that. Anyway, he said he got shot in the knee. He was supposed to go to the Jets. So that's cool. Any tips on training by yourself? Depends on what kind of training you're interested in doing. I mean, there's a lot of different options you can do out there training on your own. I think about quarterback receiver work. I use the bounce back football. We use that quite a bit, and it's a good little self-training tool. I don't have to make Amber go out there and throw with me anymore. I just throw that football against the wall and it bounces back. I catch it. It's a lot of fun. So we'll talk about who's in the giveaway. You guys all should have got in. Yeah, thanks goodness. My next thing that I want to look at training-wise, like training on your own, I want to get like a little stand-up thing to like throw footballs in, like the little net, so you can like do accuracy. That'd be like the next thing I'd waste all my time with. I could like go out there and just like grab like 5 footballs and just like sling them into that thing and just work on the accuracy. Linus says, I live in Germany and I want to play college ball. So what is the best thing I can do besides getting, and I guess you mean NCAA profile? I'm not sure what NCSA, unless you mean NCAA, but I would say, being in another country, that's tough. I don't feel like I have a pretty good answer for it, but I know people have done it where they've come overseas. I think it kind of goes into you've got to find a college that, next college student athlete. I'm not sure. I've not heard of that. It's a recruiting website. Well, now this is what I'll say about recruiting websites. I'm not sure. I don't know. I've done them all, or I've seen different ones. When I was in school, I did Be Recruited. That's what I did. And I mean, it didn't do anything for me. It linked me to a couple D3 schools like in Wisconsin. Cause I guess that was, I didn't understand that, but, it didn't really help me. I'm not for sure on next. I'm not really sure on this, but, it looks reputable. I will say it looks legit. So, oh yeah, this is kind of neat. I like this. Wyatt Crawford says he lives in Germany. So you Germany guys. Okay, yeah. I'm just kind of looking right here at the different networks. So that's cool. Yeah, that's neat. I'm not sure, I probably couldn't give you the best advice for, getting to the next level over here. I think kind of the thing, what I said about, following some of these things and just kind of getting in contact with you know, those college coaches would probably be the best thing to do. And to, you know, the main part is if you're in Germany and looking to play college football, whether, I mean, I don't know if they truly have college football over there, or if they have some other form of it, or if it's just to get to over here to the United States. But, you know, there's probably a lot of stuff you got to get, you know, done just to get over here. And, you know, I'm not probably the best person to talk to about that. So, but I think that's very awesome that that's your goal and you want to achieve that. So, so yeah. All right. So we have a giveaway to do. So let's get into that. All right. So we've got 17 responses thus far tonight, for this giveaway. Okay. And so how I read the names, and we'll go through some of your, your guys' comments here on some of your response questions. We'll talk. We only have youth and senior teams with no college. So, yeah, I guess it's just not a big thing over there, but see, Wyatt's got the International Premium Players International Combine. Okay, so here we go. So I guess we're kind of doing like a roll call right now, seeing who's all in here. All right, so how I'm going to read these is going to be numbers 2 through 18 right now. Remember, if you're not entered in the giveaway, there is a link in the description. Thank you guys so much for 16 likes tonight on the video. The likes always help out. All right, so we're going to go through. I'm going to name these off. Remember, this is going to be 2 through 18. So whenever you hear your name, well, I'll just give you the number. All right, so Wyatt Crawford is 2. Jacob is 3. Pikachu Plaza is 4. Anthony is 5. 6 is Caleb. 7 is Gamma Rain. 8 is Fufu Killer. 9, Gabriel Martinez. 10, Kevin De Silva. 11 is For Show. I haven't seen that one. 12, KJ Matt. 13, Lyman HD. 14, Aaron. 15, Eduardo. 16, Taco Gamer. 17, It's Tanner. 18, Tam Got Bands. And then finally 19 is Linus. Okay. All right. So those are all who's in here thus far. We are giving away the Shock Doctor Max Airflow Lip Guard. This is the official mouth guard of USA Football, Pop Warner. I think this was kind of cool. It's got, as you can kind of see, it's got the Max logo there on the front. I think this was a neat one. Shock Doctor. I think we've given away Shock Doctor before, but we've not given away a lip mouth guard. So Mr. Panda's in here. Mr. Panda can have a shout out. Remember, this is an adult. It says 11 and up. So I almost grabbed a youth one this morning, but it really didn't. Or later on this afternoon, but I didn't really see the. There wasn't too much of a difference. But we'll talk about these. We'll talk about mouth guards after we give this away. All right. So remember, you've got to contact me on Instagram if you want to finally win this. You have to be present to win. When I call your name, you have to comment back. Okay, and we'll be watching. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get the number. It'll take me just a few seconds to get this pulled up. Do random number generator. All right. So here we go. Here we go. All right, so we got numbers 2 through 19. Here goes the random number. Random number is 5, and that is Anthony. I think Anthony's been in here. Number 5, we picked Anthony. I'm going to show you guys I'm going to show you guys how it worked here. Okay. So Oh gosh. So there's our random number 5. Here it is. Anthony is our current winner. Let's see. Oh gosh, stop sharing. Is he here? I know he usually is. If he's not, well. Oh, he is. Wait, there he is. All right. So we got a winner. Good job. All right, good job, everybody. All right. Round of applause. Yeah. Okay. So don't always leave just yet. You never know what happens. Okay. And Anthony, I'm also going to include some East Bay coupons for 20% off. So you can have, hopefully you can use this in your semi-pro season. I think you said you're kind of getting started, or getting started, I guess, with the semi-pro season. So that's exciting. Let's kind of let us know on how that's going. Okay. And then, so yeah, so we're excited about that. I am going to do a video on this. I'm going to unbox this mouth guard and kind of test it out and see which one I like better between Battle and this one. So I want to talk about mouth guards and kind of wanted to know what you guys talked about when we did all these. Okay. And so I went through brands. We went through brand. I'll happily give updates once the season starts. When does the season start? Kind of curious. And so we had 18 responses tonight, so pretty good little turnout. Ask what was your favorite mouthguard brand. And I kind of just put, all of you guys used the 6 that I put in. Nobody put any extra ones in there. But we had majority of people, 10 people said they enjoyed Battle as their favorite. Sisu mouth guards only got 1 vote. Vedix mouth guards only got 1 vote. Under Armour only got 1 vote, which I think was Anthony. And I've not tried none of the Under Armour ones, so I think that's probably going to be the next thing, is to looking into Under Armour and Nike mouth guards as well. Beginning of May. Okay, so it starts. See, like, there's a semi-pro team where we're from, and they're starting they should be starting next week. Like their season lasts about 3 months, and they don't go into the summer. And then some people like the Nike. Shock Doctor was too, but Battle was definitely the favorite brand. And they've kind of, and I'll be honest, like they've made the mouth guard style popular again with their oxygen mouth guards. And then I went through what type of mouth guards you used last season. And most of you guys said, the Battle mouth guard style, lip guard is what 61% of you said. And then custom fitted mouth guard, 2 of you selected. 1 for braces. So that's, and one thing that is, I don't know if you guys know or if you guys have braces, but these lip guards, like the Shock Doctor, they work for braces. And I don't know if you can see there, but they work for braces as well. So that's kind of another benefit to these as well. And sometimes that braces one costs a little more, but there's plenty of options out there as well. And then I thought this was an important question as well. But I asked, do you buy your own mouth guard? And so 16 of you said yes, and 2 of you said no, which I'm sure the 2 no are just getting the standard mouth guard that you get from your coaches. So that's really interesting. And yeah, I believe Battles works with braces as well. So that's also the benefit to using them as well. So yeah, I think the mouth guard thing, I've probably given away more mouth guards than anything here on YouTube. They're just easy to give away. I think they're things that everybody can use. And that question right there that I asked, do you buy your own mouth guard, tells me everything. You know, you guys are going out there and buying your own mouth guards. I see it, seen it every year when I've coached. You know, kids buy their own mouth guard. They don't really care for like the ones that we pay like a nickel for in like $100. You know. So anyway, that's just that proves to me that, you know, you guys enjoy the mouth guards. And a lot of you've already gotten mouth guards from me and are probably going to be using them next season, I would hope. But I feel like, man, we've given away so many. And don't worry, we're giving away more mouth guards. We'll give away a ton of these by next football season. That's kind of like the cool thing I think is neat to give out. You know, we do cool stuff like visors and back plates and gloves sometimes, but the mouth guards are something like everybody can use. So, speaking of visors, so last week a viewer comes in and says, and I'd seen this like twice from this viewer, man. I think it's the guy Show Me Bikinis or whatever. Fufu Killer, he's got a lot of stuff that he's won, and a lot of you guys, specifically Subscription Squad guys, have won a lot of stuff. So, and I've got to show y'all some things that I've done. I got stuff over here I'm working on. So Anthony says it's actually great. I won a mouth guard tonight. I was probably going to get a new mouth guard anyway. So I'm glad I got to save you a little money there, and getting a new mouth guard. Like, I mean. What was that?
Just autoplay.
That's scary. Yeah. Like when I played football way back in the day, and I say this, you know, a lot of you guys are playing right now, but there was never like a real big push on like buying your own mouth guard. Like unless you had braces, like you just kind of went with it. But I think if I played, well, actually I'm wrong. When I played in college, I went out and bought my own mouth guard. I think it was.
That's when your addiction started.
That's when it started. That's when it started. I bought an Under Armour mouth guard at TJ Maxx, and I remember going out there to the TJ Maxx in the college town and finding that and be like, heck yeah, man! It was black and lime green, man. It was cool. I liked it. Like it was better than the stinking boil and bite mouth guard that I got for just walking on, you know. So anyway, speaking of the visor, and gosh, I dropped that. I'll be right back. Hang on, I dropped this visor clip. Okay. So the viewer Show Me the Bikinis, he comes on here every time, and the last few times he came in, he talked about the Oakley visor on Oakley's website being like $12. And I was like, at first I was like really skeptical. I was like, okay, there's got to be something up with that. And then sure enough, like a clear Oakley visor on Oakley.com was just like $12. It was $13 at the final cost once you paid like $1 in tax. So it's Tanner says, I got that visor, LOL. Mine should have been here yesterday, but the UPS guy didn't leave it. So I'm stuck wait until Monday. So you guys will see it next week for sure. So I'm kind of excited to see what that's all about. So we'll get it Monday, and I'll let you guys. I'll try to. I'm just like, I don't know why I didn't leave it. Yeah, I am. I'm slightly salty about it, but it's whatever. It would have been cool to talk about on here tonight, but we'll save it for next week. We'll have some content next week, and I won't have to think too hard about what to talk about. But I'm big with the Oakley visor. If you guys seen, one of my first videos as Mr. Football was the Oakley visor review and giveaway, but I'm big on like using the Under Armour visor clips. Okay. And I think those work great for those. visors, so you don't really have to mess with all the hardware, you know. Okay, and I've got something to show you guys. So like we're doing this we're doing this whiteout video, right? So yeah, and they fit Oakley really well. So so what I wanted to talk about was, so you got the standard, you know, visor clips from Under Armour, and they come with all the Under Armour visors. All right. Well, I was really wanting to like create my own. All right, because there's no like white, black, white out like clips out there. So I wanted to do a white with kind of the black Under Armour logo. So what I did was I bought yellow ones, and took a Sharpie. It was a Sharpie paint pen. It's like I can't remember the exact name of it, and I painted it. And it's not completely done. You can see it's still yellow on this side. I'm not completely done with it. This one turned out horribly because I smudged it, and like you use this pen, you have to shake it and you have to kind of dab the paint on there, and all of a sudden I pressed down too hard and paint flowed all over it. I mean, the unbranded one would be great, but this one turned out really good. And I think the biggest downfall is just like getting too close to that Under Armour logo, and you kind of it. And this one, if you can see how well that one turned out. You know, it's real shiny, and I kind of was not sure what to do about the top. I think I was just going to make it completely white anyway, and even this very bottom part was kind of hard to mess with. So I think it'd just be easier to go ahead and make it all white. But these just turned out really good. And so, and Green Gridiron was the guys that had them, but they sold out so quick that like you can't get white anymore. And so, and that's the color I think a lot of people would want, but Under Armour only makes like 5 standard colors. And I'm going to look through the football catalog to make sure that I'm right on this, but I don't know, like, and Green Gridiron has still got some of those unbranded clips, or not really unbranded ones, but they got Under Armour ones. I just haven't really got into any of them yet. Well, they got 5 colors. So they've got your standard black. They've got standard black, pink, yellow, what I got, and then the blue and red. We've given away all the different colors of these. And if you get, I think the Under Armour Pro visor, I don't know if that's still a thing, but the Under Armour Pro visor used to have black with gray or like a silver. So if that was like an option you ever wanted, the Pro visor, something to look into. Since I've only got a few viewers in here right now, what would you guys think about if I tried to find different like visor types? Because I think a big thing that was on my channel a long time ago was my Under Armour review of the Under Armour gray mirrored visor. And I still have that visor to this day. Looks great. But like, you know, I think some of those other visors don't get a whole lot of view time because, I mean, like, let's be honest, if you're playing high school ball, you're going to be using a clear one. So Amber's leaving. Thank you, Amber, for all your support and what you do in here, getting people the crap out of here, and me doing the goat sound. It's Sanders says go for shock and Under Armour. See, I've not gotten into the shock yet, but I know eventually I'll break down and we'll get the shock visor and we'll test them out. But I want to try to look into some of the different like types, all right, and seeing what they actually look like, because I think you could possibly get away with like kind of a smoke visor. You know, I think you could get away with possibly just the gray. These are the visors that they list in here. And like these pictures, like don't do any of these visors justice. So you can't really use them. I mean, well, I mean, you can use them, but it's like if you put in, if you say you're going to get them and then you get them here, you know, you just don't know how. Like, I would be curious to try the gray visor and just to see what it looks like and see if you guys like that and see if it's like something that can be possibly used, or we'll just kind of get into seeing that another time, or we'll see kind of what happens. But Greg Lewis is in here. Yeah, Pop Warner probably has rules on the visors, but yeah, we're going to look into getting some of the different. I want to look into getting some of the different ones, as long as they don't cost outrageously high. But I want to look at Under Armour's website anyway and see what all kind of visors they've got listed on their site. And or something else I was going to talk about. Oh, since you guys are Subscription Squad, yeah, the Oakley visors, they do kind of run. They tend to be closer to the face mask. But what I really wanted to do was to make a couple of videos on different like configurations for face masks to visor styles, and it's something that I originally started out doing on the channel with my. If you guys go and watch my Oakley visor video, I show it on like the 360. But like the 360 isn't really that relevant helmet. Like I think you guys need to see it like on other helmets and other face masks that are, you know, currently out there. Yeah, Classic Trash. Kevin he's usually in here. And he's kind of the I guess you would say the long snap expert. And because of Kevin, I follow like this snapping Instagram, like this deep snapping Instagram. It's kind of neat. I watch their stuff, you know, like every day. Greg Lewis says UA visors are around $50 to $60. That is true. But you know, I'm kind of looking into some of the different styles. So I'm kind of just curious to know what they have still today. And I think I should be right. You know, they've got, you know, their standard clear, a gray, and then a gray mirrored. And then they used to make a pro, and the pro used to be like $60. So, and I never really got into that one. So we'll have to kind of see what they have on the website right now and see what we can figure out here. But let me look on Instagram and I'll give you that that name. It's kind of they're basically a software update. Remind me later, please. It'll take me just a second to find them here. I know they're on here. They post ever so often here. It'd be the one chance I'm trying to look for them and they're not around. Let me just search them. It'll be quicker. Okay, so it's called Matt Wiggly LS for long snapping. Matt Wiggly long snapping. And this guy's a trainer in Southern California. And they show like guys like snapping and all that. It's kind of a neat deal. I didn't know, and you can't see that obviously. So yeah, that's probably the best one to look at. They show training stuff, you know, what they're doing. They show where guys like will sign. It's kind of neat. I think it's a good way for like, you know, deep snappers to get noticed. So, but it is based out of Southern California. So, and I think they put on like camps and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we're going on looking through the Under Armour website right now. I've not been on here in a while. Oh, there goes the yawning. Here we go. I know someone on here said they use the Under Armour mouth guards. I'm kind of curious to know how those are. Let's see. I can see on here. Yeah, it was Anthony who had the Under Armour. Said he uses those. I'm kind of curious to know what those are like. What they're all about. You know, I'm looking right here. They've got like their basic $12 Armor Fit mouth guard, Armor Shield with Flavor Blast. Now I know they have some of the lip guard ones as well. Let's see where. Let's look at all football. I figured they would have this stuff on here. I would think. Yeah, I look at accessories and they don't even have anything hardly. Unless I'm missing it. I see the old hand warmer that I got, never reviewed. Let's just type it in. It's the quickest way. Okay, so I was looking up. Okay, so here we go. They've got. Oh, they're on sale. Hey now. Hey now. We got some sale on visors right now. So we've got the gray with mirror is. I'm going to pull this up for you guys to see now. Check this out. Okay. Here we go. Oh, share it. Screen one. Yes. Here we go. Okay. So gray with mirror, $41.99. Anthony says, and talking about mouth guards, they're not bad. Just boil and buy a lower profile so teeth can speak better. Yeah. Okay. I hadn't used one since college. Okay, and then the clear is $37. So unless just, trying to I know we sat around and talked last week about like why the Oakley one is so cheap. Maybe they're just trying to make a good deal on them, Maybe they weren't selling well and they just wanted a good deal on them. Could be the same thing with Under Armour. Here's the gray. And like I said, it's always hard to tell what these look like in person. I have the gray with mirror on my channel, deep within the archives of UA reviews. It's there. And then they've got a blue tilt logo visor. That's kind of neat. That one's $44. That's pretty cool. Everything okay in there?
Yeah, I'm trying to find this Starbucks drink that's low carb, and I don't like any of the recipes.
Okay. I didn't know if you were upset with me or something.
No, that was kind of angry.
Okay. Okay. The gray, I talked about getting this one. This would I'd probably pick between getting these two. Probably get the gray one, see what it looks like, and we can actually compare all of these together on the channel or something. I think that'd be a neat thing to do. But one of the neat things that's changed within the visors, this is what my visor looks like. The gray with mirror, it has that big tab up front, and they've since taken that off and gotten kind of a smaller look up front. So it kind of helps with some of the different helmets to fit those. But I'm kind of just curious on this tilt logo. That's kind of neat. It's a blue tint visor. I think that'd be something interesting. So it's probably not something you could use, but I think it's a neat concept. And then they've got visor clips on sale. They've got the blue, looks like red, or that's tropic pink, and then gold, $7.99. And then the youth visor. The youth visor is $30. So those are pretty cheap. So yeah, I'm kind of curious. Like, I was always like a big fan of football's Nike visor that he got way back in the day. Like the mirrored one, like that one was super cool. And like that one's really hard to find these days. I mean, it's just, and I saw it on eBay for like $150, like crazy. See what's out there in Nike football advisors. I'm kind of just curious what's out there. Because I don't really dive into too much of this, but I think it's kind of cool to look through some of this. Oh, they got a football eye shield cleaner. Man, I gotta get that. So yeah, I'm telling you, it's just always hard to kind of get. Let's look at Nikes. I don't really ever look at some of these like actual places for their stuff. I always just like go to Dick's Sporting Goods or, you know, all the things like you usually see. Okay, so one thing I got to talk to you guys about is, and thank you guys so much for 18 likes tonight. That's awesome. Liking this videos always helps. So one thing that I've basically decided, okay, and we've talked about merchandise, right? Okay. And this is something that I've kind of decided today. It may change as we go along. But right now, I'm on track to get some merchandise. And the first thing that we're going to look into is wristbands. All right. We're going to get customized Mr. Football, like silicone wristbands. I bought these before. I'll kind of show you the one I wear all the time. This was one I made 2 years ago, and this was for my youth team. So we had 2 sets of wristbands. One was for our main high school teams. We had, you know, like a black with silver writing on it, and then this was the one I got for my team, gray wristband. Our big saying was all in. We were all in, and then our other saying was link it up. So the kids loved these wristbands. They all got them when they were part of the team. They loved them, and I told them when we got them, I was like, "You get these, you got to stick it out. You can't just like leave once you get this wristband." Like, Linus says, "Bye. Got to go to sleep at 4 a.m. here." Oh, all right. See you, Linus. Hope you sleep well. It's 4 a.m. there. Wow, that's funny. So yeah, we got these wristbands, and it was funny. I told the kids, like, you know, if you quit, you got to give it back, and no kid quit that year. But it was funny because a few months later, after the season ended, I guess a kid broke his wristband, like trying to get it off, and he was so upset about it. And his mom ended up coming to me and asking if he'd get another one. I was like, of course, I got like 30 of these things left, and he was so jacked to get it back. And that's just something cool, like just with like it just like something simple like that had a massive impact on a lot of kids. And I think something, and we did all my last year at this previous school, we did wristbands. We did them for, you know, joining the team. And then we did them during the off season. We did for weights. Like we had different weight classes, you know, like lifting, like, you know, you'd be in like all these different clubs, like 800-pound club, 1,000-pound club, 1,200-pound club. And we ended up, you know, giving out a lot of 1,000 club wristbands. We gave out we had a couple kids, you know, in the 1,200 range, none in the 1,400 range, but we did have a kid get very close. And so and this was one I kept, 1,000-pound club, and we had the front, which was Bobcat football. It was pretty cool. So yeah, these were fun, but we're going to do wristbands. Okay. So we're going to do wristbands, and I don't know when it'll kind of start, but we're working on the finer details of getting that set up for you guys, so you can have wristbands. And what my envision is for it to kind of say, like, this is kind of what it would look like. I'm going to use the same font as this, but it'll say like Mr. Football. And then on the other side, it would say Subscription Squad. So I think that's going to be pretty neat. We'll get them in different colors, and they'll be, things we'll sell them. And then, they might be little giveaway prizes too, but that's just kind of what we're working on right now. So we're definitely excited to do that type of merchandise for you guys. We're going to see how well they sell, and then, we'll kind of go from there. I think a few weeks ago we talked about t-shirts, but I think this will be a true test to see what we can kind of do with merchandise, and they will be limited. So the subscription, if you're a part of Subscription Squad, and you guys that are watching right now are definitely a part of it. So you'll definitely want to get yourself a wristband when they come out. So, but yeah, these are a lot of cool. These are a lot of cool. They're just really fun. I always wear, even though I don't, I'm not on that team or work for that school anymore, I still wear my Link It Up All In wristband. It's just like stuff I believe in. All in basically became like our saying for those 3 years when I was the youth coach. And somebody asked about the picture that's up there behind me. And usually I take it down for videos, but I ended up leaving it up there tonight. But it's actually just like a shot of me and that youth team I had. Is a really cool photo, and I got that as like a canvas photo 2 Christmases ago. So very neat. So yeah, this has been a great live stream. Thank you guys for all what we've done tonight. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and start, to kind of say stuff now. I'm going to just kind of start wrapping up here, closing down stuff on the computer. So let me know, like, what was – I never went through on here on Nike's website. I was trying to find their football advisors, but it doesn't look like they have any. We have to type it in. Let's see. No, I'm just like kind of interested in looking around, seeing the different options they have out there. But yeah, thank you guys for the everything this week. I know I've come out with a couple videos. I know we talked about in today's video I did my football books. I hope you guys liked the videos there, or either the video today. I don't know. I was kind of inspired by one of Dashik's videos. He talked about his football books, or his linebacker one, and I just wanted to talk about mine. I don't know. They were just kind of sitting around, and I wanted to kind of go through them and talk about each one. Usually not something I do, but I thought it was just a different change up. And then I did a story time earlier this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was about my best game as a football coach. You guys left a lot of likes on that video, so thank you. So yeah, this was a good little live stream. Yeah, it was the story time thing. Man, I started filming that back in. Did you guys enjoy the story time? I'm kind of curious to know which video. I was kind of curious if you liked the story time and kind of what it was about. I'm going to see. It was different because there's me. Because I plugged in some actual clips of the practice that week. I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything from the game. I wish I had something like a video from the game, but I didn't have nothing. That would have been kind of cool to show as well. And I actually have some clips of games way back in the day, but yeah, that was definitely a fun little video to do. I had filmed it way back in I think December, but finally kind of got it up today or the other day. But Yeah, send me the message on Instagram, Anthony, and I'll get it to you. But I think it's probably about time for us to get off here. Thank you guys so much for another great live stream. I hope to see you guys all back here next week. What we're doing. So I just, thank you guys for sticking in here. We had 6 viewers here at the end. So the wide receiver book is a good one to look through. And if you ever need anything, ideas from that book or anything to talk about, if there's something you're interested in, let me know on those books and I'll try to help you out, or I'll try to share some stuff with you guys if you need like training tips or anything. But thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.